Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our online Kids Talk for Sunday, March the 7th, and our third week in Lent. Our third Sunday in Lent, I should say. And today we're talking about trust. Now, we're coming up on the first anniversary of the declaration of the coronavirus pandemic. And it's hard for us sometimes in difficult periods in our life to trust that God is looking out for us and to trust that God has a plan. And we don't really know how to place that trust when things seem so out of control, when things seem so out of the ordinary, when things seem really, really difficult. But God is with us in all of those moments, and maybe even more so in those moments, even though we don't necessarily feel God there with us. And I know a lot of us have had very difficult times over the past year, whether it's missing spending time with folks that we love, whether it's losing loved ones, maybe family members have had job losses or have gotten sick and aren't getting very much better, like those COVID long haulers that they're talking about. There's lots of things going on that are really, really hard. And I just want to tell you that you're all doing an amazing job. You are doing things that no children and adults have ever had to do before. You're going to school online, primarily, for the most part, or you have been. And some of you are back in school now, but, it's still very different. There's a lot going on that's uncertain. And parents, you're having to, parent and deal with these school changes during a pandemic. You're having to figure out how to work from home. Even a year later, it's a challenge. And we're navigating situations, we're still navigating situations we've never navigated before. But we have to trust. We have to trust in God, and that God is with us, and that God will guide us and be there for us and comfort us when we need God. So today's activity is going to be a little bit fun, and you're going to need at least 2 people. So gather up all the folks in your family and give this a shot, and maybe do this maybe in the washroom or outside because there might be a bit of a mess. It's just with water though. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock, and you're going to need a glass of water, and you're going to fill the glass with water, place the cardstock on top, flip it over, give it a second to stick, and then move your hand and let the cardstock sort of stick to the bottom of the glass, or the sort of the top of the glass once it's flipped over. And you should be able to hold it over someone's head and not have any water spill. And that's sort of what we mean by when we trust God, is that even when things are scary, even when there's, a risk of a downpour of trouble, or water in this case, that God will hold that water back, and that even when some of that water does come, that we trust that, that there's not going to be too much more. We trust that God is going to make sure that we get dried off relatively quickly, or at least be there to comfort us when we get wet, to use the analogy. Anyway, so I hope you have fun with that this week. Remember that we love you here at St. John's. God loves you, and we'll see you next time.